Darren Busich, Fire Chief for McKenzie Fire Rescue. I've been the chief here for almost 12 years. It's going to be a long, long winter for a lot of people.
So when you see the signs along the side of the road that say thank you, what does that do to you guys?
It's obviously, I've been around these fires for a while. I'm on one of the state teams, so I travel the state on wildland fires. But to see it in your own district and to know what your staff and other locals did around here, it's pretty incredible. And it says thank you, firefighters, but there's so many people involved.
And look at that, all that burned timber behind the church there. And that one house way up there.
Confirmed 265 homes. There's still the random person that calls, hey, my house, I don't know if I lost my house or not. And we go check it out. Sure enough, it's either standing or not. So, in our district starts just below Blue River and runs into the cities. So basically the fire went from 47 mile marker to about 26. And the homes on Mountain View are about 26, mile marker 26.
And about 5 o'clock Monday morning, the alarm went off and I got up to get ready for work. And when I brought the dog outside to go to the bathroom, it was snowing hard, but it was ash. And the sky was just bright red. And it's like, oh, no, we really do need to get out of here.
So the night before you were thinking,
there's no way. It's 35 miles from here. So the thought never occurred to me there was any way in the world it would ever possibly get down here before they got it stopped. So we had time to get a lot more out than we did, but we didn't think it could. So when we did leave, we turned our horses loose, we turned the pigs loose, and the chickens didn't make it. One of our kitties did. She showed up back here. My name's Jan Helfrich. I've lived up here. I've been here for 35 years at this piece of property, and we never quite expected this to happen, to get a way to rebuild or do some remodeling, but this should work out well, I suppose, in the end. Right now it's a little overwhelming. It's like we're trying to prioritize, because we know we can't do anything with the house quite yet, but with the barn and our fences and everything burnt down, we're sort of trying to get a place to start, and every time you start to, then you realize, oh no, there's something over here maybe we should start with, and it's just hard to figure out where to start. And I don't know, we change our mind about every other day we switch.
So why would you're going to come back here?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Why?
This piece of property, I grew up the road just a little ways, and so this was always here when I was a little kid, and the barn was what I fell in love with, because people raised horses, and I loved horses.
So tell them about your family, because you guys kind of are the McKenzie River.
There's so many more people up here now. Nobody even hardly knows the name anymore. My granddad, his family actually settled in the McKenzie Valley. He started his guiding business, and so all three of his boys grew up and were river guides, and their boys and girls are too, a lot of them. And so we've been here a long time.
So when the river is like in your blood, then it's kind of part of who you are.
Oh yeah, definitely. And even more so with my mom and dad. My dad's been guiding. He's retired here in the last couple of years now. He just runs the river for fun. So
what concerns you the most for the river valley with all these homes and loss and things going on here right now?
Well, it won't ever be the same in our lifetime, and probably not even really in our kids' lifetime, as far as a pretty place to go drive. The good thing, I think, is I know the trees look pretty bad right now, but come springtime, the ash and the black, actually the grass is going to come back. And so like our place is burned up right now, but come springtime, the grass will all be really nice. It'll be beautiful, and the rest of it they can replant. I mean, it grows back. That's why we live around here, is because they fall trees and they regrow them, and so it'll come back. It's just going to be, after the COVID stuff this spring, for so many businesses up here, and then to turn around and do this to them, it's been a tough year for all the businesses up here, and so hopefully they can make it, and we'll stick with it and help it rebuild here.
Some of the areas we had to pull out of was just truly due to the intensity of the fire. You couldn't you couldn't see where you were going, and you also had trees falling, and there was a fear of getting blocked in. And so, yeah, there were times we had to retreat. Folks didn't like it, but they knew it was the best decision to get out of there. Soaked the bridge down, and fortunately the bridge was saved, knowing that's pretty much the only access for folks there besides private timber roads.
In terms of these people rebuilding, they need a break, don't they?
They need a break. And again, these are all just my personal thoughts when I say that I truly hope the commissioners recognize, and I'm sure they do. But yeah, I hope the county makes some good decisions, helps the people out. This is a whole new area for them as well. Nobody's experienced anything like this that I'm aware of.
But maybe relax permits or some things like that to make it a little easier for people to afford to rebuild.
Permits, my other ask was that maybe they get some additional planners in there.
What do we learn from this?
Boy, I don't know. I know after spending 2 weeks in Paradise, I never say never. And I think the message to people, I know there were some concerns from some folks about evacuation, but I'll tell you what, I think they got the message between all the PA systems going off and the alerting going off and neighbors helping neighbors. But I truly believe the system we had worked very well for a majority of the people. Some folks that lost cell coverage, of course, that didn't do them any good. And oddly enough, some folks have lived here a long time and didn't think it was a big deal. I think they realize now it was. I know there were several conversations of where the next evacuation is at, and we kind of all said it might be Springfield, and that wouldn't have been a bad decision that night if we would have went clear to Springfield because there was just too many unknowns.